The guests and discussions on this show are not endorsed by the show or show host. The content is provided for informational and educational purposes only. Nothing you hear is intended to substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, and/or treatment by a qualified health professional.
Welcome to Health Revolution with V, your integrative health adventure. Welcome to the Health Revolution with V show. Today we have an incredibly special guest. We have Carolyn Raitt. She is the owner of Ocean Sands Wellness, and we're going to learn so much incredible information today. She is a Craniosacral Practitioner, licensed massage therapist, life coach, Reiki Master. She is the owner of Ocean Sands Wellness, and it is a holistic practice that allows individuals to heal their bodies with the guidance of an intuitive coach. Through a unique combination of massage and craniosacral therapy, lymphatic drainage, Reiki, and energy coaching, Carolyn uses a blended approach to help clients discover the hidden language of their bodies, connected with mind, body, and spirit. So as you can see, we have a lot to talk about today, so we don't want to waste any time. Welcome, Carolyn, on the show.
Thank you.
So great to have you here on the Health Revolution with V show. You are like perfect for what we're talking about here.
Absolutely.
So I am so excited. Let's start by talking about you. People want to know about you, right? So how did you get involved with the healing arts? How did that happen?
That's a great question. And 30 years in corporate America, human resources, senior roles within an investment firm. That was my life. Oh. And that's all I knew. And in 2017, a series of deaths in my family, including a suicide of a brother and a friend's cancer death, just a lot of tragedies made me reevaluate, what am I here for? And I think a lot of us ask that, what is our purpose? So I set out to just figure out what else I could be doing in this world, and came upon someone in Vermont, where I lived up in New Hampshire, who did energy healing. And if anyone knows about Reiki healing, she was also a quantum energy healer who helped me release some of that grief. And I learned very quickly that those trauma patterns literally sit in our body. And I was so intrigued about what that meant. So I set out to become certified myself as a Reiki Master. And then I got a cancer diagnosis in 2020 in the midst of COVID.
Wow.
And through that experience, I had to opt for radiation. And I learned very quickly what radiation does to your tissue. I also learned, as a breast cancer survivor with lymph node removal, about lymphedema, which I'd never even heard of. So we'll talk a little bit about that swelling that can occur after those types of procedures. And when I moved into Florida, I just wanted a complete change. So through the coaching, you mentioned I'm a life coach, through the rewiring of my own, mindset and belief system, and then just through the curiosity of the body, Florida requires a license to touch through massage therapy. So I really went into massage therapy just to get the license, and then the world was open to me about the connection between mind, body, and spirit, and then I couldn't shut that off. So I am a totally different person than I was in that corporate day. The opening picture with me with this necklace and the feather dream catcher behind me would not have been my corporate picture for sure.
That's a whole different world.
Yeah.
That stressful world into this beautiful healing world.
Absolutely. And you and I briefly talked at the beginning about my go-to when I was stressed was anxiety medicine, which often is very common for people. But yet I've learned, and I help my clients learn, that I'm not against westernized medicine, but there are other ways that you can work internally to calm your nervous system, to stress manage naturally with the guidance of someone like me.
Yeah. And that's a big deal today. I mean, people are so stressed out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's stress coming. I mean, we have information overload coming at us from all areas.
Absolutely. And true from the coaching you do too, is we talk a lot about choice. So we have choice though, right? We have choices around the devices, around how much we engage with social media, around what we consume in our minds, not only in our bodies.
Right.
Those are all choices that we can make.
Oh, yeah. And that consumption is a big deal. Mm-hmm. The things we watch, the things we listen to, that all affects us in so many ways.
Right.
I've always been fascinated by craniosacral therapy. It's been years since I've had that done. Let's touch on that some.
Yeah. The funny thing about that is I have a very good yoga friend who we decided to do that together. And I remember just thinking, sure, I'll just do craniosacral. Yet again, it was an awakening to the potential for your own body's intelligence to find its healing. So with craniosacral, the easiest way to describe it is we help activate the side of your nervous system that is activated at night. It's the parasympathetic side. During the day, you're on fire, stress response, busy schedule, time, you're waiting for the break that we're going to have to take. When you're able to be on the table and relax through the craniosacral, it's a very light touch, specific pressure points along the spine. So cranial, sacrum, sacral, and that's the central nervous system. And we're not manipulating tissue. We're not manipulating bone. We are holding that tissue, and you can often feel the vibration of the tissue release. People describe it as a warmth, sometimes as a tingling feeling. I mentioned this morning my client fell asleep on the table this morning after my appointment. So it's a way that your body starts to want and crave that ability to activate that side of your nervous system during the day when it needs to, when you can almost tell it, I need to just take a deep breath and slow down. I won't even go into breathing. I mean, as you know, breathing's so important. The deep breathing is another way.
It's great to touch on that briefly, too. If someone's feeling super stressed, it only takes a minute to just...
I teach clients a lot of that on the table. 3, the box breath, the 3, 3, 3, or 4, 4, 4, but some way to remember the timing of it, breathing in, holding, and then breathing out. Yeah. Lowers your heart rate, lowers your blood pressure temporarily, and can just bring a sense of calmness before you either launch into something you wanted to say out loud, or maybe you're in traffic. Yeah. And we have it all portable. It's within us.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And breath work can be such an incredible way to just calm the body so quickly.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about Reiki. Let's talk about Reiki healing. That stuff is amazing, too.
Yeah, so the Reiki is our ability to kind of channel what we call universal energy. And it's not woo-woo. And I can tell you that I came from corporate, remember, and if there's anybody who is going to be very critical about what I was doing with this hands-on techniques, it was going to be me. But you can feel it. It's truly something people feel. Yet again, light touch, sometimes no touch, because we do have an energy field. We are living organisms. So if you even put your hand close enough to your body, you're going to feel that pull, that heat as well. Same thing when we're around you with the training that we have to go in a very quick meditative state. And we will allow these certain hand placements to activate your ability to calm down and to also receive that universal energy.
Now, does that also, when you lay hands or you're doing energy work with someone in Reiki, can they feel a shift and you can feel the shift? Is that how?
Depending upon what's going on, and sometimes it's very emotionally based, in the gut area, right? So we talk about the different levels of the 7 chakras that we work with. Mm-hmm. You can feel it. They can sometimes cry. So there might be an emotive response. Sometimes with cranial as well, you can get an emotive response. There might be literally a pulling, a visible movement of the hand to pull away the energy that it feels stuck. I don't like to use the word dark energy because it's just really that there's a trauma pattern, similar to cranial as well. Maybe there was a physical injury, maybe there was an emotional injury. And we register that in our nervous system, right? We register it in our brain. It sends a signal. And if we don't address it, it's going to sit there. And it's going to continue to manifest, right? And build layers like an onion. And so we literally are peeling back that onion. So sometimes a Reiki person may move their hands. If I'm doing cranial, sometimes I'm shaking the tissue a little bit just to move the body. And then it'll settle. And most of the time, even with Reiki, people feel the settling. You can feel the body relax.
And it'll release that energy from
that space. Yeah.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. Interesting. My gosh. Well, we have so many amazing things to talk about here, but we are going to have to take a quick commercial break to honor our commercial sponsors who make this show possible. So please don't go away. We'll be back with Carolyn Raitt in just a moment.
Dr. Shelley Anderson, with Terrapin Chiropractic, proudly serves the Treasure Coast of Florida with high-quality chiropractic care for all ages utilizing the Gonstead chiropractic technique. You can connect with Dr. Shelley at terrapinchiro.com. That's TERRAPIN Chiro.com.
At Your Body Bliss, our passion is creating handcrafted bath and body products for your entire family. From our hand-poured soaps and authentic Castile soap to incredible lotions and more, all made with ethically sourced quality ingredients. With love from our family to yours, yourbodybliss.com.
Have you been told that you need to cut way back on sugars due to a health condition? Do you find yourself struggling to give up the sugars even though you know your health depends upon it? If you answered yes, my online Hidden Sugars class is for you. Take charge of your health and visit eatingwithv.com and take the class.
Apex Electric is a family-owned and operated, licensed and insured electrical contractor with over 30 years of experience. No job is too big or too small. With free estimates and a 1-year warranty, Apex Electric is your premier contractor on the Treasure Coast. AAPEXelectricinc.com.
Welcome back to the Health Revolution with V show. We are here with Carolyn Raitt from Ocean Sands Wellness. You can find her at oceansandswellness.com. That's oceansandswellness.com. And you can also find other versions of the Health Revolution with V shows with other amazing practitioners at eatingwithv.com. That's eatingwithv.com. So let's jump right back in. Carolyn, since lymphatic drainage is such a hot topic, let's have that conversation. Tell us more about lymphatic drainage and what that helps with, and then we'll perhaps show some people something here on the show.
Yes. Yeah, so my interest in lymphatic was definitely born out of my cancer diagnosis and the questions I had around, what do you mean I could get lymphedema at any point in time going forward? What is that and how can I prevent it? So lymphedema is often a result of tissue trauma, like radiation that I had, or lymph node removal. So many women with breast cancer may have been told that, and then they're sent on their way, right? Without little, if any, information. The other is edema. So the difference is edema is more the swelling. You might be standing a while on your feet and your ankles start to swell, but it goes away. Lymphedema is chronic. It would once it comes, it will stay and it needs to be managed.
So they have to physically work out a lymphedema situation.
Correct.
versus just your ankle swelling.
Right. And I'm trained up to the point of lymphedema. There's actually more training to be a lymphedema specialist, but I do help people learn how to move the tissue themselves as far as the fluid, if they feel the fluid. Sometimes it's just congested tissue. And the quick story I have about myself is, as a massage therapist, I was starting to feel tightness in the right side where I had the lymph node removed. And I thought, it's just because I'm doing massages. I need to just work out more. And then when I took the training for lymphatic, I said, you know what, I'm going to start doing that routine on myself. And once I opened up that channel underneath the lymph nodes in the axillary area of the breast, it went away. And I went, oh my God, it's not tissue, it's lymph. And that's, again, why I want to educate people. It's not always a muscle. It's not always your tissue. You go and get a massage and then you still don't feel well because it's possible it's something else. And one of the benefits of working with someone like me is the blended approach, because your body's not one note. If you're on the table and you mentioned, having had some respiratory illness over the holidays, and you tell me that, and you're still maybe coughing a little, I might do lymphatic on your neck while I give you a massage. Right. Or if you've come in for craniosacral and I'm up at your head, I might be able to do some extra work around your ears where there are several lymph nodes pre and post auricular around your ear. So that's why I love what I do, because I can help you feel better, not even knowing that that's what you needed when you walked in.
And you blend all of these techniques together. So like if someone's coming in, you're custom tailoring really that session.
Absolutely. And one of the things I tell people is, look, I have a price and whatever you need. If it's a hot stone for massage, if it's hot towels, we're going to give it to you, aromatherapy, whatever. I'm not going to upcharge you. You're going to sit on my table like the person did this morning. She needed craniosacral and she goes, you know what, give me a half-hour Reiki. Boom. We'll fit that in too. And it's the same price that she knew when she came. Because I really want you to feel better. That's the goal. And I want you to feel better naturally as much as possible.
Yeah, and you can tell when practitioners absolutely love what they do, and I feel that all over you, like, especially coming from corporate world, coming into this world is a whole different world.
Absolutely. I was very blessed to have a very good job, right, with a lot of good benefits, which clearly at this point as a solo practitioner is a different story, but I don't have that pressure. I'm a lot older than most massage therapists coming out of school, and I'm just in a different place in my life. And knowing what these modalities have done for me, similar to what you described with your business, you want to help people discover the same and then let them continue on their journey. So you're just giving them something else to consider.
Yeah, and we're all pieces of that puzzle.
Absolutely.
So every single practitioner that comes onto the show or every service or product is just another option of an avenue that could help
exactly.
somebody.
And I make recommendations. We're always sharing because there may be something that someone is dealing with that I'm not able to really 100% support, or I know, like you say, that other missing puzzle piece is somebody else, then we want to share that around.
100%.
Help that person.
The holistic arena is, again, there's no one size fits all with anything. There are pieces of that puzzle that definitely need to be filled by different practitioners. So we are going to have to take a quick commercial break, but don't go away. We have a lot more to talk about with Carolyn Raitt from Ocean Sands Wellness.
Are you looking for an action-packed adventure? We have unforgettable birthday parties, events, and more. Bring your family, bring your friends, and join us at Port St. Lucie's only paintball park. Call 772-812-0000 or visit invinciblespaintball.com.
Interstate Express Incorporated is your local and statewide 24/7 courier service. Woman-owned and veteran-friendly, serving the entire state of Florida since 1990. We pick up and deliver anything from an envelope to a 5,000-pound load. Give us a call, 772-287-2137. Interstate Express.
Is your insurance company telling you that you have to replace your roof? Nice Roofing is a family and veteran-owned and operated local business. Choose peace of mind and quality work with this Owens Corning Platinum Certified contractor. Join thousands of satisfied customers. Visit niceroofing.com.
Awakened Mind, powered by BrainTap, is the ultimate relaxation and focus solution. BrainTap helps reduce stress, improve focus, and enhance relaxation effortlessly. Enjoy better sleep and overall well-being. Try BrainTap today at tribelifecoach.com.
Welcome back to the Health Revolution with V show. I am here with Carolyn Raitt, this amazing practitioner. She practices Reiki and craniosacral therapy and so many things, massage therapy. But we want to get right back to it because she has so much to share with us and we only have so much time. But oceansandswellness.com, you can find out everything Carolyn does there, oceansandswellness.com. So Carolyn, welcome back.
Thank you.
And let's talk about some of the other specialties that you offer. We were talking a little bit about that. Let's go into that.
Yeah. So the coaching, ironically, when I first left corporate, I thought that would be my path. It's a mindset coaching. It's a really rewiring belief system, questioning, good versus bad and things we label in our life. What I find is I'm using that now with my clients. So I'm able to have conversations with them if they choose. Sometimes a massage therapy client wants to talk, or if there is an emotion that comes up through the cranial or through the Reiki, we can talk about what is that? Where's that coming from? Where are you feeling that? And so what I love is it's that blended approach again that is so unexpected but natural for me.
But you're tying the coaching aspect into it, which is very exciting.
Exactly. And I see that he's got there's an assessment. I have a proprietary assessment around 7 levels of energy. And it's all about stress response. It literally measures a stress response. It's been in the Forbes top 10 for executives, actually.
Wow.
Because they're trying to bring more of this language to corporate. That's not the avenue I chose to go in, as you can tell. But it is something that is well received because you can actually visibly see how you're responding to stress and then do something about it.
Wow, that's exciting, especially for people in that world, that don't know how to take the breaths or to do anything to calm themselves end up on anxiety medications.
Exactly.
How about you share some testimonials? Let's talk about some of your success stories.
Yeah, I have a client who's now a good friend. She's seen me over a year. When she first came, she has scoliosis. She's an older, in her late 50s, and just a lot of tension patterns in her back, and massage wasn't helping her. And fortunately, the person who is the massage therapist recommended she see me and just see if this might work. Well, it's definitely what her body craved. We saw immediate results just with her ability to lessen her focus on the pain and talk to her body differently. That's what I also notice with people is we get angry at ourselves sometimes when we're in pain, but our body's way of communicating is giving us that signal that they're in pain. It's in pain. And so it's our obligation with our intelligence to try to figure out what's the best remedy. So she sees me weekly. She swears by it. She's written some good Google reviews about it. And we don't even do massage. She doesn't do massage anymore.
Wow.
We've also connected her to the stretch zone to stretch, to help her use her muscles a little bit more deliberately to help that pattern in her back from getting any worse.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then another one, lovely couple. This gentleman has only one kidney and had some edema, and I would go to his house. So I do occasionally go to houses if there are individuals who are unable to travel due to either their disability or maybe after surgery for lymphatic. And with doctor's approval, we were able to work through a lot of fluid buildup in his legs and his feet. And he would show me how he couldn't get into his Crocs. And then afterwards, his feet, obviously, you can visibly see the difference.
Wow.
Now that his is a chronic secondary, influence from the issue with the organ. But if you keep up with that, then your quality of life is so much better. So you don't have to suffer through that. And compression garments are also helpful for individuals with severe swelling like that.
Right. Yeah. So you can bring them into balance pretty much.
Absolutely. And thank you for that word, because that is what all of my modalities are. It's really helping your body homeostasis. That's all your body ever wants. It wants to be in balance. That's what the pain signal's about. That's what the fluid, it's all signals telling you something's out of balance. And now if you're curious, you can be a detective and try to figure out before reaching for that pill. And maybe you need a pill. That's okay. Maybe you need a medication. But understand what it's going to do for you first before you're just masking.
Right, and what it's going to do to you.
Absolutely.
So what it's doing for you versus what it's doing to you. And is there a way to do it without?
Absolutely.
Because I know when I ended up with the candida really bad, I chose to do the holistic route, which they told me 100% I would not heal that strain naturally. You'll never do it. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, then you're like, I'm more emboldened.
Now I'm going to do it. Right. No, but I think, that integrated approach, which is what we talk about all the time here, is bringing in, so you can bring in several modalities, not just craniosacral, not just massage, lymphatic drainage, the coaching portion. I mean, there's so much there that you can do with your clients. It's amazing.
I appreciate that, because I think if you look at it, across a line like it's on my website, you might think, what does this woman do? But it's so seamless. You don't know it when it's happening. Your body just craves whatever it needs, and I have the ability to offer. And with obviously your knowledge of what I'm doing, but that's really the difference. That's the blend. The blended approach is really my superpower.
I love it. I love the blended approach being her superpower. So unfortunately, we are running out of time, but please, Carolyn, tell them how they can find you.
Yes. So please reach out to me directly. I do have locations that I support in both Vero and in Sebastian, so oceansandswellness.com. You can go right on there and send me a note, and we'll get you connected to either location for one of the many offerings that I can give you.
And she does. With her blended medicine, know that when you go there, you're not just getting one thing and it's not an a la carte menu. She's going to make your visit tailored specifically to you for your optimal wellness. How exciting. So thank you for joining us on the show, Carol. It's such a pleasure to have you here. And we will look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Health Revolution with V.